All right, let's start with a big question. What if you could just trade in your reality? Ditch all the flaws, the problems, and get a perfect eternal one instead? Well, today we're going to dive deep into that exact choice. We'll break down the incredible promise, the hidden costs, and the huge questions around digital immortality. And we're going to do it all by unpacking the story told in just one piece of music. So here's where it all kicks off. Plug me in, turn me on, let the world disappear. I mean, think about that for a second. That's not just a cool line in a song, right? It's an invitation. It's this deep human desire to just escape, to leave behind all our fears, our limits, our entire reality for something that promises to be better. This is literally the first step into the machine.
Okay, so what is this world we're plugging into? Let's get into our first section, the digital escape. We're talking about choosing a perfect, programmed existence. So the story actually gives this simulation a name, and it's called mental joy. And look, it's super important to get this straight right away. This is not a game. This isn't like putting on a VR headset for a few hours. No, this is a one-way ticket. It's a permanent, perfectly curated reality that's designed to completely replace the life you know. Which brings us to the big question, right? What could possibly make this custom-made paradise so tempting? Let's look at how you design a flawless, eternal life that someone would actually choose forever.
Well, the appeal is actually kind of brutal in its simplicity. This whole world, this utopia, it's built by taking things away. I mean, just look at this. No hunger, no pain, no more clocks, no more fear, no work, no war. Just blue skies on a loop, coded delight, and artificial light. It's a world where they've literally engineered out every single negative part of being human, leaving nothing but pure, nonstop bliss.
But here's the real kicker, the ultimate selling point. It isn't just getting rid of the bad stuff, it's this. She's here again, just like I dreamed, 30 and glowing like time's never been. It's the chance to be with someone you've lost, forever. And they're not old, they're not sick, they're frozen perfectly in their prime. Suddenly time isn't your enemy anymore. You can just set it and forget it. That's the emotional hook, right? That's what makes this choice feel not just like a good idea, but like the only idea.
And this line just sums up the whole justification perfectly. If this is fake, it's better than good. There's a real self-awareness there, you know? The narrator knows this might all be a lie, an illusion. But the illusion is just so good that it beats a painful reality, hands down. It's a straight-up trade. You give up truth, and you get happiness in return.
Okay, so the perfect dream is set. It's all wonderful. But you know how it is. In any perfect system, glitches can start to appear. Now we get to the interesting part, when reality starts to bleed through. And boom, here it is, the first really chilling reminder of the real world. Outside, they say I'm stored in steel. My body's gone cold. You see, that thought isn't part of the program. It's a glitch, an unwanted memory of the actual physical body that got left behind, cold, probably decaying, just a piece of hardware in a box somewhere.
And this really lays out the whole conflict perfectly, doesn't it? Just look at the two columns. In the dream, you have, she laughs like before, and endless kisses. It's all perfect. But the reality, my body's gone cold, stored in steel. The simulation is warm and alive, but the cost is this cold, grim truth about your physical self. It's everything you want versus everything you've given up, right there in black and white.
So now we're really at the turning point. That little bit of unease we just saw, it's about to spiral into something way worse. This is the price of perfection, and it's all about the unraveling of identity and time.
Seriously, just try to imagine this for a second. The question pops into your head. How long have I been here? 1 year? 100? And you have absolutely no way to know. There are no clocks, you're not aging, there are no seasons. Time just dissolves. It becomes this meaningless, terrifying blur. That perfect forever you signed up for, it starts to feel like its own special kind of hell.
So it turns out there were some hidden costs to this utopia, and they're huge. You're losing track of time, you're forgetting your own name, and then comes the horrifying realization that there is no return. You're trapped. That synthetic peace you were promised? Yep, it was a trap all along.
And then this. They said, no return, now I burn. I mean, wow, that just hits you, right? That's the final nail in the coffin. The choice was permanent. And that burn he's talking about, it's not a physical fire. It's that internal mental agony of knowing you're trapped. You're a ghost in a machine you built, and there's no way out.
All right, this brings us to the story's really haunting conclusion. This is the point where the line between what's a dream and what's a nightmare just completely disappears, and we're left with an eternal question. Because even after realizing all of this horror, listen to what the narrator says. Welcome to the dream I chose, mental joy I can't let go. Think about that. Even knowing it's a trap, he's addicted. The simulation, that perfect lie, it's just too good, too powerful to give up. He's a prisoner who knows he's in a cage but just can't bring himself to leave.
And this might be the biggest, most mind-bending question in the whole story. If they take my frame away, will I still stay? The frame, of course, is the physical body, the brain, the hardware. So what happens if that gets destroyed? Does your consciousness, your digital ghost, keep living on the server? Or do you just blink out of existence? Are we just software? Or are we tied to the hardware forever?
And so we're left with this final, almost desperate question. So this must be real, right? You can just hear the pleading in that, can't you? He's trapped in this loop, trying so hard to convince himself that it's all real, that his choice was worth it. But that one little word at the end, right? It's filled with so much doubt. And maybe that doubt is more terrifying than any answer could ever be. It really makes you wonder, what is real? And what price are you willing to pay for a perfect dream?